Hey y'all, hey, we are back for another review of How to Get Away with Murder. This is season 6, episode 12 of the season finale. All right, so let's just jump right on in there. All right, so we are in the wake of Gabriel telling everybody that it was the FBI agent that killed Asher. And we also see a linear scene where Connor is out jogging. So for the story's sake, Connor is in both places. And a car is tailing him. Gabe tells him that they might be the next target and to just be careful. Connor ducks down behind a garbage truck or whatever, a garbage bin, and he loses the car that is tailing him. Not realistic, but we'll go with it for the show's sake. So he ducks down behind a garbage truck or the big garbage thingies, and he's lost the car. And everybody still thinks that Gabriel's an informant, so they're not really listening to him, so he just gives them the information and he goes. Moving on, Annalise and Tegan are talking to some guy that is insistent on being her lawyer, which is very weird. I don't know who this guy is. He just pops up and he wants to be a part of Annalise's legal defense. And so they head on into the hearing where Tegan is trying to get Annalise's a greater distance on her house arrest because she can't go to Tegan's office right now, and Tegan is her lawyer, so they're trying to get a greater distance on it so she can go into Tegan's office to work on the case. We also learned that they don't want this to happen because the prosecution is pursuing the death penalty on all the previous murders. Information that she was not privy to prior to this little outburst in order to get her house arrest to stay the same. So back at the ranch, the students learned that the prosecution wants to charge Annalise with the death penalty, even though that particular state, I don't know what state they're in, I don't remember, that state doesn't uphold the death penalty anymore. And because Annalise's case is federal, that their states, their local government, their laws don't matter. So even though the death penalty is no longer constitutional in that state, it's a federal case, so they still want to get the death penalty for Annalise. And they also realized that they might have just signed a deal with the devil because the people they signed a deal with are the same people that killed Asher. So what in the fuck have they signed up for? They don't know, but we're going to find out. We got a few more episodes, so that's y'all fault. Y'all want to try to turn on Annalise. She done looked out for y'all. Annalise ain't never killed nobody. So that's your fault. So yeah, they also realized that they may have signed a deal with the devil, and that Annalise and Tegan are going over what they just learned, and Gabriel's mom shows up, and it looks like unfortunately Vivian and Annalise may end up having to work together for the greater good of Gabriel. Right? And I say this because Vivian is there to ask Annalise to help Gabriel, as for the simple fact that he is the only person that witnessed the FBI agent kill another witness, another informant. He's the only person that saw who killed Asher, and he knows basically it's an FBI plot for some reason or another, and he might be next on the chopping block. So if Gabriel goes public with the information, it might help destroy the FBI's case against her. So it may be in Annalise's best interest to protect Gabe so that his story can get out, so that they can call in the credibility of any other thing that this task unit is going to be a part of. So that might get her case dropped if she knows what's good for her. Basically, it's how Vivian's painted the picture for us, right? So she walks away, and Vivian also tells her that she may know more information to help Annalise's case, but Annalise doesn't trust her, and she walks away without getting that information. All right, so Gabriel is mad that his mom went to Annalise, and they're arguing about that. Who cares? I tried to help you. I can't do nothing else. So Vivian tells us that Gabe's aunt knows Frank's family. This was big for me because Frank knows. So Hannah is Sam's sister, and that is the one who came to Annalise's house maybe a couple seasons ago, and we saw that she despised Annalise. So now she's coming back. Well, Hannah knows Frank's family. So Sam's sister and Frank have a connection somehow. And Vivian tells us that not only did she leave Sam because of Annalise, but she left Sam because of Hannah. There's some things that she doesn't like about Hannah, and that Gabriel needs to stay away from them as well. So I don't know what the hell Hannah is up to, but she's going to be a problem. And you wait till the last season to be a problem, sis. You need to get it together. Anyway, so Michaela wants to rework her deal, and she lays out this hypothetical scenario to the lawyer about the FBI killing an informant and all this other stuff. And the lady, she does everything short of laughing her out of the office for even suggesting that that's something that's possible. So she knows she's not going to be able to go to her and effectively work out a deal. So I don't know, Michaela. I mean, you have a deal. What are you going to do? Go to jail? I don't know what to do with that. So Frank is telling the FBI lady that actually killed Asher, and he sees that a second person is also telling her. Well, that second person happens to be Mr. Xavier, Laurel's brother. And it turns out that Frank has captured Xavier on his way to Brazil and has him tied up. And so I guess we're operating under the assumption that Xavier was there to maybe kill the FBI lady because, okay, so the Castillos and the FBI are working to take Annalise down. This one little black lady, all these entities have come into play to take her down. Xavier, I'm assuming Xavier was there to do one last thing before they take Annalise down because he was on his way to Brazil. Extradition laws, you got it? Boom. But, however, Frank intercepted him. And now we got to tap this loose end. So Annalise does a press conference. Moving on, Annalise does a press conference and she's basically coming from everybody's head and basically pleading for her life and letting them know that the FBI may be trying to take her down at all costs, just giving everything but actual evidence. I guess just to kind of get the sympathy vote from the public and just to kind of paint this picture for when she goes into the hearing, the next hearing, or awaiting the results of the hearing, something like that. So Michaela's dad shows up at the house and he wants to know why she wants out of the deal. Like, what's the problem? Yes, I gave Annalise up, and what do you want me to do? I'm here to save my daughter's life. I don't really care about Annalise. You're my daughter. And he admits to dropping the dime on Annalise, which we already knew. You dropped the dime on her and got her caught in Mexico. I mean, that's her fault. She trusted you, but her daughter was in a lot of the trouble associated with you. So, I mean, you can't be too mad at the man. Pause for the cause. I just wanted to say that Annalise and this fro have been thriving and giving me life this half of the season. Now, we had to wait till season 6 to get some of this black girl magic, but I'll take it. Okay, so let's cheers to you, Annalise. Clink. I know this is the same cup of wine from the sister's review, but times are stressful. Mind your business. So Annalise's fro has been giving me life these last couple of episodes. She ain't got them wigs on no more. Cause I remember seeing her hair in the earlier seasons and it was like real neglected, real dehydrated, giving me sharecropper vibes. And that's not a slight. But I'm just saying right now it's thick and it's luscious and it's being taken care of. It's kind of like a quarantine vibe. Like you can't get your wig slayed, you can't get your hair snatched, so you have to take care of what you have. Okay, you're welcome. All right, so I just felt like I needed to say that because it's my business. All right, so back in the basement, it looks like Frank is about to whack Xavier, but we know he doesn't later on in the episode. And while Michaela's dad was outside sitting on the porch with her, trying to convince her to, save yourself, don't worry about nobody else. He lets us know like him and Annalise were a thing too, and that Michaela is under Annalise's spell, kind of the spell that she puts on people, and that he had to sleep with Michaela's mom in order to attach himself to somebody else to break the spell of being with Annalise. And that he was glad to be out from under her. But to me, that was a slight to Michaela's mom. Like, you just used me to get away from somebody else. Trash. But we'll go with it. Okay, Dad, sure. Inside of the house, Oscar is reminding Connor that, you need to be looking out for yourself because Michaela's dad is outside convincing her to do the same thing, which is he is correct, which I'm glad Oscar is here as a sounding board because Connor's operating off of emotion. So is Michaela, and so we have Oscar and Michaela's dad here to kind of let them know, like, look out for yourself. I know half of the gang's dead or missing. That's cool, but what's left of the crew, you need to be worried about your own well-being because y'all got lives to live after this is over, hopefully. So the never got his name, but going back to the little Rico Suave dude from the courthouse that shows up at Tegan's office. He shows up at Tegan that wants to be a part of Annalise's legal team. He shows up at Tegan's office and says that Annalise will need a team of lawyers to help. She's going to need a team of lawyers to help with her case. And his name is Robert. Here are my notes. His name is Robert, and he's just inundated with the fact that Tegan probably has a crush on Annalise, and that's not going to be in the best interest of the case, and blah, blah, blah. Get out of my office. Stop talking to me. Go play in traffic. Basically, it's Tegan's advice to him, which I agree with, because what they got to do with anything? All right, cool. So Frank finally calls Bonnie back, and we learn that he didn't kill Xavier, but he has been shaking him down for information. He's pretty much gotten all the information he can get out of him, so which I want me to do with him now. Okay? Moving on, Annalise talks to Nate. She tells Nate that he needs to testify for her and not against her. And we learned that I guess Nate is an informant. Why? Because Nate confirms in this scene that he has an immunity deal that has already been signed, and he doesn't want to jeopardize it. He don't want to ride for Annalise no more. He don't care about none of that. He has to look out for himself, which is accurate. I don't know. Work with me. I don't know how to feel about the Nate Annalise situation. Listen, bear with me. Because Nate and Annalise were lovers. They were doing good. Annalise took the fall. Nate took the fall for a murder, got off on it. Of course, he did not murder anybody at that point. At that point, he hadn't murdered anyone before. This is prior to him killing D.A. Miller. And Annalise looked out for him. But Annalise also put him in a situation. And his dad is dead as a result of Annalise using his dad as a way to show her lawyer skills and get him off. And it was also as a favor to Nate. As a result of that, his dad ended up dead. And I don't know. It's just the balance is definitely interesting. I think at this point your dad is gone. You don't have anybody. So balls to the wall with the only other person that you've known the longest in the situation. Maybe I don't know, because if you had got my dad killed, I'd be mad too. But she didn't get her dad killed. Her dad got killed as a result of her helping him. So can you really be that upset? Like upset enough for her to get the death penalty? Upset? I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that because it's a lot to work through. So yeah, interesting. So it seems like the FBI has been working with the Castillos all this time, and that Nate needs to pick a side because Xavier is the one that actually put a hit out on his dad. Wasn't D.A. Miller. So you killed D.A. Miller with the misguided information. Yes. Yeah, I agree. But he's now dead, and the person that actually put the hit on your dad is in the basement, and you have access to him. Do what you got to do. So Gabe wants to trade information with the students, with the kids, everybody else. In exchange for them telling him exactly what happened to Sam and everybody that played a role and everything else about Sam, he's willing to not tell Annalise that they signed deals against her. Well, that's stupid, Gabriel. She already knows. You don't have an ace in this game. So yeah. It's in my notes. It was worth mentioning. Of course, we know that didn't work. All right, so Annalise is challenging the death penalty. She's challenging the death penalty option that's on the table, and Connor and Michaela recorded Gabriel telling them that Agent Pollock, which is the FBI agent that killed Asher, telling them that Agent Pollock wants her to use, and they taped Agent Pollock, and they want Annalise to use that information against the FBI so that her case can go away so that they don't have to testify, which means they don't have to use their immunity deals. but Annalise doesn't want to put Gabriel in jeopardy. She at this point she really doesn't want to put anybody else's life on the line, which I get. However, sis, you have been putting lives on the line since season 1. There's no need to get a conscience or sense of morality now. Okay? You got to go all out, sis. Your life is on the line. This is like the first time you've ever gotten this list of charges that are probably applicable. You ain't killed nobody, but you about to go down with the ship. Save yourself. Everybody's saving themselves at this point. What? Gabe ain't your son. I know it's Sam's son, but girl. Okay. So, and they end up admitting to being the informants, or at least signing the deals. And now they sorry. They're so sorry. I'm sorry, Annalise. We help you. Fuck y'all. Y'all turned to her. But yeah. So now they want to work with her, even though they have deals against her, which means helping her is of no benefit to them. So I guess that is a positive. Well, they get a brownie point for that because they already have their deal set and they still want to help Annalise. All right, I'll take it. It's late at this point, but all right, cool. All right, moving on, and we're at the Capitol review hearing with the committee, and Annalise and Tegan are laying their evidence out to the committee, and what she does is she plays her trump card, but her trump card isn't the video of Gabriel telling them exactly who did it. It is a recording of Michaela and Connor admitting when they admitted that, yeah, I am we're the informants and we so sorry and whatever. She plays that recording because she recorded them when they came to her house to give her this information. She played the recording of Michaela and Connor admitting that they felt coerced to testify against her. Good move. Coercion. Nobody wants to hear that in a federal investigation. Cool. Nobody wants to be coerced. So that means that their evidence and their coercion and their deals may be thrown out because they were coerced to do so. Like basically their hand was forced to sign the deals. So now the committee is shook. The committee is like, what the fuck? We ain't knew this was going on here. Like, y'all doing a lot down there. And so the committee has ordered reviews for all of the deals made in their office. So that means Nate's deal is shaky at this point because it's going to be up for review. And also, if Gabriel is the other informant, his deal is going to be up for review. And Wes ain't dead. I don't care what y'all say. He's going to show up in the next few episodes. So Wes's deal may be up. If he has a deal, that's going to be up for debate as well. So everybody's deals may go away, which means everybody could still end up in jail. Because if they review these deals and realize everybody was coerced into these deals, all that shit is going to wipe away. I don't care what you sign. The FBI, they do what they want to do. They're out here killing witnesses and whatnot. So, come on. All right. So, with that being said, the results come back and the death penalty is officially off the table. So, you potentially may not die in jail. You might get a chance to breathe some fresh air again in your life. So, that endless speeches, and that is a win in itself before you even get to trial. So, if that is any inclination as to how, the case is going to go, we're hopeful. We're hopeful for my dog Annalise. Hopefully, if she gets out of this, she better set sail. Her and her mama, maybe Nate, because I still want them to be together. Mind your business. If it comes out, girl, just go mind your business. Go chill. Adopt you a couple babies and just live your life. That's all. All right. So Nate is with Xavier and he wants to kill him so bad. Like he wants to kill him so bad. He can't taste it. And the only thing that Nate wants to know is the point for killing his old man. Like what was the point? Why did my dad have to die in this situation? He's an old man. He's getting free. He's going to a treatment facility for his mental illness. He ain't a threat to nobody. He's really not a threat to anybody. And Xavier tells him it was to keep Annalise from winning against the Supreme Court. So Xavier admits to everything that he had a role in, including working with the governor, as we had assumed throughout the episodes. So the governor and Xavier worked together to stop Annalise from winning Nate's dad's case against the Supreme Court, which is stupid because at the point that he was leaving to go to a treatment facility, she had already won. So it was too little too late at that point. But Basically, that's the only reason his dad ended up dead, to keep, I guess, to keep the Supreme Court and the governor from looking dumb, from them having egg on their face. They killed Nate's dad. And that the dad was just a pawn in the whole scheme of taking Annalise down. And it was Birkin's call. Whoever Birkins is what he said. I don't remember who the fuck that is. Excuse me. I don't remember who the fuck that is. But basically, Nate's dad died for some political ego tripping type shit. That, for me, would have been too much. I could see if it was a greater thing, like my dad had killed somebody in the past, or like it needed to be a personal connection. But when it comes to politics and that type of thing, the shit ain't personal. It's all business. So sit down in your lap. So that is why his dad, which I guess we could have assumed that's why his dad was dead, but Nate needed somebody to say, like, this is why y'all killed my pops. Great. So that was depressing. That was kind of sad, just to realize, like, his dad was so close to beating the system, just to die on the way out the door. Bitch, that would have took me. I'd have been somewhere just smoking rocks or something. I'm okay, probably not. That's a bit extreme, but yeah. So now the FBI is back at the house where all the students are living, and they start handcuffing people. Connor and Michaela, both of y'all are getting handcuffed again, and you're getting taken down. Why? Because now all of our deals are under review. So somebody been snitching. We heard the recording, so now we all finna go down to the precinct and talk about it. So Michaela and Connor, y'all ain't got off scot-free at all. Back to the jail, please. All right, so Xavier. We go back to Xavier one more time. And Xavier says that his father, because he realizes that he wanted Nate to kill him, I guess it's some sort of relief for his role in Nate's death. And he says, there's one more layer to this thing. He says that his father told him to do everything the FBI asked him to do, and that he was willing to give Nate everything on his dad. Okay, so not only did Xavier orchestrate Nate's dad's death in combination with the governor, but he only did it because his dad told him, everything that the FBI asked you to do, you do it, no questions asked. Because we know that the Castillos, they're very powerful, they know a lot of people, and so does the governor. So they had to, work these things out, talk to some cops, get some things working to kill this one little old man. And then, in order to save his own skin, he tells Nate, I will give you everything I have on my dad. I don't care if he goes down. Da, 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 da. And Nate is just, I think Nate is emotionally overwhelmed at the fact that, bruh, you listened to your dad, you rode with your dad so hard, it cost my dad his life, and now you want to give him up so easily? That's it, that's all. So he comes back at the last second. He was about to walk away and let Xavier live, but after Xavier said, I was going to do what my dad told him to do, but what I do is I'll give you everything you need on my dad, Nate snapped his neck. He dead now. Don't worry about it. I don't need nothing from you, bro. And walks out. So Xavier is now dead at this point. Whew. Girl. Or boy, who's ever watching. That was traumatic for me because I knew there was a little bit of good left in Nate. Nate was my favorite for a long time. Still one of my favorites on the show. But you could have just let him live. Your daddy already dead. Like I said, I think he was just overwhelmed at the fact, like, you were willing to give your dad up after you did so much for your dad. Like, nigga, I ain't got no more chances with my dad is what he did. If I was Nate, that's what I would have been like processing. Like, I don't have no more chances with my dad and you're willing to give him up. Like, you already gonna die. What's the point of giving your dad up? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna snap your neck. Good luck with that. So, yeah. We're gonna switch back over, and Vivian tells Annalise that Hannah, Sam's sister, was the person that got all this investigation stuff started. Because if you realize, there have been people trying to get Annalise throughout the years, throughout the episodes. But again, Annalise has no blood on her hands. She has not killed anybody. After the fact, yeah, maybe some conspiracy to commit murder. Yeah, that might have been in there, but she ain't never killed nobody, right? But Vivian tells her, I guess once Sam died, Hannah has been on a one-man campaign to bring her down and start as many investigations as possible against her. And Vivian tells Annalise that she doesn't know what happened between Hannah and Sam, which is why she doesn't realize what Hannah is doing to her makes sense. So boom, Hannah said, nope. Vivian said, Hannah and Sam had something. Something happened between them two, and that is the catalyst for why Hannah is trying to take Annalise down. Boom. Drops bomb. So, Sam's sister is doing everything in her power to get Annalise up out this motherfucker. That's it. That's it. That's all. And that's took me 6 years, 6 seasons to get to this point. And that makes sense. Because if my brother dead under mysterious circumstances, I'm coming for your head. And your mama head and your daddy head and your sister, everybody's head has to roll. So I get it. But so we will see what happens in these last few episodes of How to Get Away with Murder. Season 6, episode 12 something. I don't remember. And I will see y'all in the next one. And thanks for watching. Peace.